So at what point did you find your spirits company? Tell us, what was the defining moment in life?
So I guess I started to get a little frustrated. I got very into these spirits. I wanted to spread the word, mostly because I had befriended many of the lovely people who make them. Mm-hmm. And down south, these are multi-generational, family-run distilleries, and they many times didn't make more spirit than they could sell locally. Okay. So these were stories that were very much trapped geographically. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to get these stories out because the families were so amazing. And the first step was to bring them more solidly to Tokyo. So I'm going to speed through this. I started doing tastings, all sorts of things, arranging them with bars and restaurants, getting makers up, producers up there to talk about their spirits. And then, but it was funny, I was trying to reach a global audience, and there's tons of international citizens up here, or residents, but more and more it was Japanese folks were coming to my events because they wanted to hear about this drink from the weirdo from over the pond. And so I was like, well, this is good, but not what I wanted. So let's write a book. So I wrote a book. And then I got knighted by the Japanese government. Fast forward, they're sending me all around the world to talk about these drinks and brainwash people, which I enjoy doing. And that eventually also sort of frustrated me because I was getting in front of lots of people, but, you know, I didn't have any direct participation in moving product from the distillery to the end user. Okay. And I thought, and this is probably around 2015, 16, 17, I started to think, and this happens all the time in my life, I was like, I need to get more skin in the game because I need to directly influence how this happens. I can't just hope that they're going to somehow, these people in France, I'm at Vin Expo, at a wine conference talking about spirits from Japan. Right. I can't guarantee that these folks are going to somehow figure out who they're going to find an importer in France who's going to contact an exporter in Japan to get samples. Like, how is that going to happen? So I ended up getting into buying part of an export company in Fukuoka. And that gave me the channel to at least get product to the port and onto a ship. It also gave me basically the credentials to be able to say, okay, send me samples. We're gonna work on branding with you. We're gonna redo the labels, the whole thing. Here's the regulatory information that we have to adhere to. And then in 2020, March 6th, 2020, best time in the world to quit a tenured position at a private university.
All right.
Unbelievable.
March 2020, tell us.
Started Honkaku Spirits in New York, which was the other end of that equation. When we had the way to get the product out, we needed a way to get it into the States.